Good morning, everyone. How are you guys doing today? Good morning to those who join us through Zoom, through YouTube live streaming. How is trading going? Good morning. Okay, so let's get started. As always, we just remind that this webinar is for general information only and has not intended to provide any financial advice to anyone. So, guys, please make sure you subscribe to the Telegram so you can receive all the updates 24/7. Whenever we have an update in the market, we always post it on Telegram. So it's an important tool for you. So please make sure you subscribe, and you can find us at Admirals. Also at Admirals Global on the YouTube channel. I really appreciate when I see people that they give us a thumbs up, and people who haven't subscribed yet, they are following us now on YouTube, and I'm very thankful for that. So please make sure you keep liking the videos if you like it, keep commenting as well, because it's important. If you have questions, guys, it's a good time after we upload any live video to visit the comments so we can reply back. Now, we have a promotion for now, and this is in regards to the spread, especially for intraday traders. You hear me saying that last time as well. Take advantage on the lower spread at the moment. And let's see the major news. Remember, from Monday, I talked about the two major news events. The one news, it was in regards to the Reserve Bank of New Zealand, and they were intended to increase their interest rates to 2%, I think, and that's what they've done earlier this morning. Now the focus, it will be at 5 p.m. Bank of Canada, they want to increase their interest rates from 1.5 basis points to 2.25. So if they do so, we could see as well a strong Canadian dollar later today or in the next few days. So we will see what will happen with these two events. And now let's have a look to the charts. Let me share the screen for you. So this chart, guys, just to double check and everyone see my chart. I'm on MT5 now. Can you please type yes if you can see the chart, just to make sure. Thank you so much, Neven, for the fast response. So let's start from the pound USD. I'm on the daily chart. We see here that we talked about this lower low point. The market, it's in a downtrend and it's still pushing lower. However, last trading day, yesterday, we had this bullish pin bar, and you hear me saying all the time about the pin bars that it's one of the strongest price action in the market, along with the engulfing bars. However, this pin bar appears at an area of possible retracement. So I don't tend to trade counter trend trades. That's what we call a trade that it's against the prevailing trend. Prevailing trend is downtrend. You can see the momentum, it's down. How can we understand that? We said multiple times because of the lower lows, lower highs we have. So the market is trending down. The sellers are in control. But if we zoom in and we see this price action here, it's an indication of maybe buyers, they turn up. So if we are selling in this market right now, it tells us that it's not the best time to sell. So that's how we read it. It doesn't mean that automatically when we see a pin bar, we're gonna just take it to the direction it indicates. If the pin bar is against the trend, the major trend, and if we do not trade against the major trend, so it's better if we just stay out. That's how I see the market. Now, if you are what we call counter trend trader, it means you take trades against the prevailing trend, then this is, of course, it's an entry setup for this type of traders, okay? I prefer this type of pin bars here where they are in line with the trend. However, if you recall, and if you go back to the videos I talked about that, I didn't take this trade here. All right, so that's what we have from the pound. We can experience, of course, a pullback until this area here. We have few supports now, they became resistance, and you can see from the drawings. We will wait and see what will happen. So I'm a little bit flat with this market right now. If we go to the 4-hour chart, for those you are trading 4-hour charts, and we see here we have a lower low. So we don't have a higher high yet to start looking for buys. So I think it's not the ideal time to get involved to the upside. The market shows transition period, and we have to sit tight during transition period. So let's go to Euro US dollar. We are on the 4-hour chart. Let's go back to the daily. We have similar scenario here that we have this dodgy price action. Buyers and sellers, they don't have a bias throughout this price action. Anything can happen. We can see the market push to the upside. We can see the market push lower, who knows. However, that's a great example, guys, and I will zoom in for this to show you this pin bar from Monday. Can everyone see this pin bar here? Can you guys see this pin bar here? It has a very long shadow and a very small body related to its own length. So someone expect after we see this pin bar, the market to push higher because it says that sellers are not in control and buyers are in control. However, I do not see it exactly like that. I just see first, and if you want, write it down. First, we have to see the predominant trend, the major trend. What is this market doing? Is this market going up or is this market going down? Can you type if this market going up or if this market going down in general? Come on, give me your participant here. It's going down. Yes, down. So far everyone says down. So, and that's right. We see that this market is going down. So the probabilities of this market to push higher just because of a pin bar without being on a strong level of support where buyers maybe they coming in force are very low. So when we see pin bars against the prevailing trend, at many times the market either misleading us or it goes just sideways. I'm not saying that they don't work. I'm just saying that they are very low probability trades. Yeah, some people, they said short, that's correct, down or short, same thing. So we better stick to pin bars with the prevailing trend, like this pin bar here. That was an excellent entry point, and I talked about that last month. So that was a pin bar with the prevailing trend. The market is clearly moving to the downside. So right now, we will see that most of the US dollar pairs are trying to make a retracement. As everyone can see on the charts, we had a long move to the downside. Nothing goes in one direction forever. Always we experience retracements. Whatever goes down, at some point it's gonna go up. We have to stay patient. As you can see, that's the level of interest from my perspective here. I would like to see sellers coming with force here. So we will see what will happen. Let's go to the next one, Australian US dollar. Australian dollar also is trying to make a retracement. We will see. Tomorrow they have the unemployment rates in Australia, so we will see what will happen there as well. What is most important for us as traders, either beginners or intermediate advanced, if you are trading for one day or for 1 month, doesn't make any difference. The message is the same for everyone. Everyone can see that this market is trending down. Everyone can identify that this is a seller's market. Sellers are stronger than buyers. So we better stick to sell position from areas of interest, like this support here, row, retested resistance. So when the market comes here, someone expect that we're going to see a sell-off. Okay, we will just keep an eye on that as well. Guys, I hope that this analysis I do for you as well, it's not just to find trades right now to trade, it's also to help you learn the basic aspects of trading, which are the trends, and how to participate in the trend from high probabilities areas, not just to execute from the middle of nowhere. Now, USD Canadian dollar, we are approaching these highs. Canadian dollar, it has a major news even later today. So anything can happen around this area. If we see a Canadian dollar, it's going to get stronger. It means most likely we're going to experience a sell-off. So we'll see what will happen here as well. USD yen, we see that the market make a higher high here. So on the 4-hour chart, for those who trade this market, was a great entry. I had this support drawn some days ago, and that was the area I was looking to buy. However, the market, if you were around yesterday, around 8 o'clock, after the completion of this pin bar, you could enter here, had your stop here. It's about 20 pips, 23 pips. So you could be in easily in 2 to 1. reward risk ratio. So let's have a look at gold. Someone said about gold. Same with the gold, we see that this market is clearly moving to the downside. We have lower lows here. So the area of interest is this one here. We see that the market bounced few times from this area. It was support. Now, when the market retraces back, we expect to hold this resistance. So we can say that on a retracement, we can anticipate something to happen from this point. But right now, unless you are an intraday trader and you trade on 15-minute, 30-minute chart, you're going to try to capture very small moves on the downside, because we clearly see a domination from the seller side. Pound JPY. Let's go to the daily chart. Let's clean up the chart a little bit. Remember, guys, I had this area of interest here, but the market really has another. If we draw the line charts, it's easier to see the market. If you click on the line chart, sometimes it shows us a much easier picture. So this market made a lower low, lower high here. Now this point here is lower than this point there, so we can say that we have a lower low. Now we basically look for shorts. However, with some fundamental news later this month, they type of change this analysis all the time. So someone asked, please let me know what trend do you see on pound yen on 4-hour chart. I said that it's down. Thank you. Yes, Cherry, from the daily chart, yes, we see a downtrend here because we have this lower low. From a technical perspective, it's an absolute downtrend. However, the entry point, there are two methods to find your entry points, either from the last bend of the line, which is around here, or from this bend here. So because the trend is not very clear, if you participate from this area here, I will suggest to keep the risk as minimal as possible. All right. Sorry, I was on the daily chart. Let's go now to the 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart, right now, this market, the same pound yen, is trendless. We have this impulse move here. We have this impulse move. Now the market, what does it make? Do you guys see any clear bias on this market? I still have the line charts because really it's that's how I learned to trade at the beginning, to identify the direction of the market, because from the candlestick sometimes it's confusing. But flipping to the line charts and see really the swings at this point here, until this point here, someone will say we are in a downtrend. We wait for the pullback here. We can enter short. Now the market made another higher high here, so downtrend looks like it's over. And then it tried to make a low point here. Buyers, they stepped in, they push high. So we see that this market, it's just hovering around this zone, this range. For a short-term perspective, this is range. For a long-term perspective on the daily chart, it shows that this lower low shows that it's a possible downtrend. And at this time where confusions arise, I will always stay out of the market. There are so many other markets to find some clear trends, which you don't need to place your hard-earned money into uncertain market like this, because from experience, guys, we're going to see this type of markets quite often, and that's fine because there are other markets which at the same time they give clear direction. Okay, so we can find other markets to trade. Someone asked for the DAX. Let's go to see the DAX. And if you guys want, I can have the DAX. Do you guys want to see the DAX analysis every single day? Please type yes. And if so, if the majority wants, I will definitely do analysis for DAX every single day. Can you just let me know if it's a market that you are trading? Yes, some people, they say yes to the DAX, so let's keep DAX on our watch list. I'll just put it here next to gold. So let's go to the weekly chart. What do I want to see? Remember, what did I taught you so far? We go on the weekly chart. The easiest way, we press on the line charts. If you don't have the line charts, by default, you can see we have some videos on the website about MT5 and MT4, and it shows you everything there. So we click on the line charts, we take our horizontal line, we click, and we find the current price is here, where you see it's black on the right side. I see one band close to the current price, one band of the line chart. So I put my horizontal there. Then I want to see another band close to the line chart. The nearest one is down there, so another area of support. And then one above, I could say it's this one here. So, and guys, if you want, you can write this down. Whatever we see, whatever area we see above the current price, we call it resistance. Whatever area we see below the current price, we call it support. All right. Now, if we go, so with this market here on the weekly chart, we see that we have a downtrend. Can everyone see? We have this last swing low, and we have now a lower low. So this is a low, this is a lower low. So that was a high, and that was a lower high. So we have this series of lower highs and lower lows. So we are in a downtrend. Now, let's go to the daily chart. We use our candles, and we try to put the levels a bit nicer, okay, to touch the wicks. So the first wick I see is this one here, so I rearrange my resistance. Now, a very obvious level on the daily chart is this one here, and I would like to add it on my chart. So when the market touched here in the past, it bounced to the upside. Now, on the daily chart, these two are the most relevant lines, horizontal lines. So what do we see on the daily chart? We see that the market is moving in a clear downtrend. Can everyone see that? That we have a series of lower highs and lower lows. Can we see that? I hope everyone can see this. Now, the big picture suggests sells. However, if we zoom in and we pay close attention to the last few days candlesticks, we see that the sellers, they are not very strong right now. You see the bodies are not very long, like this body here, like this one here, like this one here, this. It just moving in a very narrow area. If we go to the 4-hour chart to see maybe we have a better picture here, we see this market just making lower low here, but it retraced all the way up to this point. So at this level here, it's a bit confusing. So I'm just waiting to see a clear indication for sellers to continue or for buyers to step in, because really these candlestick patterns here, they don't indicate to sell right now. Okay, we saw gold, we saw DAX. Aussie CAD is a pair of interest. We see this market moving in a lower highs and lower low series. Push back, we have a nice entry here. The market is gonna just hovering around this level until the news events, and we will see a direction after 5 p.m. Eastern Summer Time when the news event will finish. And the Dow Jones, guys, I just create some templates here so it will be easier for me to review the markets. That's why you see me just clicking there and there. So we go on the weekly chart. What do we see? Can you type on the chat below, guys? We are on the Dow Jones 30. This is a weekly chart. Who sees this market is going down and who sees this market is going up? Is it a downtrend or an uptrend? If you are not very tired yet, can you please type down on your chart, what do you think about this market? That's the Dow Jones. It's the 30 biggest industrial companies in the US. So far, everybody can clearly see this market is trending down, okay? And from a technical perspective, it's absolutely right, because we see a series of lower lows here and lower highs there. If we go to the daily chart, we want ideally to look for short because the big picture is down. So where we want to look for short? We look for short at a level of interest. I use a tool called Fibonacci, and when I see this in extensive impulse move without having a solid support in the middle somewhere, I always draw the Fibonacci tool. I will show you how to draw it. You just take this, which it says draw Fibonacci retracement. If you want to draw in a downtrend, you always start from here, from the highest point, and you touch it to the lowest point. The lowest point here, I just extend it a little bit so it's easier for everyone to see it. And then ideally, I like to see the price come back to a retracement of 61.8. And the Fibonacci tool, it shows the retracements of the moves. Usually works really well on the financial markets, and I keep an eye most of the times on the golden ratio, 61.8%. Okay, so ideally I would like to see price to come here and look for shorts. However, it doesn't mean the market is going to do what I want it to do. Okay, so for now, it's still downtrend. We don't have any clear higher highs and higher lows to indicate that we are in an uptrend. We have only lower highs and lower lows, so we are in a downtrend. So we have to look for shorts. nothing on the daily chart. Let's go to the 4-hour chart to see if we have a clear structure. On the 4-hour chart, we see this high here. Now, ideally, if the market breaks below this low point, it's going to make a lower low and we have a lower high. So it will be a good to keep selling. Be mindful that along the way, there are a few obstacles which they can retrace the moves. But from a technical perspective, they are not that strong to change the direction of the trend. So the lowest point is somewhere here. Okay, guys, that's all from me today. Just remember to subscribe and like the videos, ask the questions you want. Also, for those who are participating through Zoom, there is a survey at the end. It's an absolutely welcome any feedback in terms of whatever you want maybe to see in the future, or if you want me to add something into the morning briefings. If I constantly repeat something that it doesn't make sense to you and you want more explanations, that will be a great opportunity for you to express yourself in terms of the training morning briefings. I will definitely appreciate also any feedback if you have any feedbacks to make. And your participation, it's very nice. So I wish you happy trading, everyone. Thanks for joining us today and looking forward to see you on Friday same time. Bye for now. Thank you.